Hello, 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 and welcome to Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company. I hope you guys are buckled in because today we're going to have a good time with a pretty cool car over there. Anthony, co-host as usual, Anthony Fisher here with me, and I'm Dane Anthony, your host.
Thanks for having me.
That's what's going on over here.
Happy to be here, and so we do have a very special treat for you guys today, a very, very special treat, because Bradley is here from Armour Detail Supply in the house, in flesh.
Good to be here.
He's elusive. You know how hard it is to capture this guy? A man of few words, a very calm and collective individual. But you're here, dude. Welcome to Idaho. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. It's nice to be out of the humidity.
Yeah.
We saved it from that.
I'm feeling good, and yeah, we're doing awesome.
So today you are you kind of have a fine specimen here. So this right here is Gabe's newly acquired Acura RSX Type S with, wait for it, 17,000 original miles.
What?
It's clean.
It's clean. Insane. So there's a whole story behind this, but long story short, I had to unfortunately pass this up, and I passed up this opportunity. I gave it to Gabe. Reason for that is obviously I just had a child, and asking my wife to buy an additional Acura RSX right after having a child did not seem like the most ideal thing unless I wanted to be a single man. However, Gabe was able to jump on the opportunity and pick this up, and he's been in the process of getting it all cleaned and polished. And Bradley, you're going to be coating it today with what products?
So we're going to get the full gambit. So we got Armour coating here. If we get some time, we'll do some glass coating. If we get more time, we have some trim coating to go on some of the trim. And if we have even more time, then we'll put some phobic on top of everything. So we got a nice little lineup coming here.
Nice, right on.
Nice.
I know you're kind of, we might need to put a light on you or something because you're kind of in the darkness over there.
Am I in the dark over there?
He'll be working on the car here soon.
Yeah, you're slightly in the darkness.
Shouldn't be a problem.
But I think we'll be okay. And so, with that said, though, we're super excited. So we actually had a full week of shooting videos with Armour Detail Supply, and me and Bradley went through. We did a coating on my truck.
Yeah.
A coating on my truck. Actually, we did a glass coating as well on some of the sides. We did some other coatings, right? Maybe that might be coming out very, very soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Of the darker nature, and we did that, and it's been an awesome week, and we've had a ton of fun with Bradley here, and so he'll be heading out tomorrow. But he's here today to answer any questions that we might have about ADS products. He's going to be kind of in the background doing the job. We might have to yell for him to say, hey, get out of the zone and answer some questions.
Yeah.
But
he warned us ahead of time. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he said, if I don't respond, I'm in my element over here.
Totally, dude. We're having a good time. So with that said, other updates here. If you haven't signed up for the Rag Company newsletter, I highly recommend doing it because there may be an email going out tomorrow morning that you may not want to miss. That may have to do something with ADS. So sign up for the Rag Company newsletter at theragcompany.com. Outside of that, right, I am wearing a previous Father's Day shirt, a limited edition shirt, because Dane, did you know Father's Day is coming up?
I've been told it is happening.
It is happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually got a gift, so that's on the download. But he watches his show, so I can't say anything.
You got a gift for your father, right?
Yeah.
And you're not expecting anytime soon to be a father yourself, right?
No.
At least not that you know of.
No.
Not yet. Well, it'll get you. It'll get you. So right now at theragcompany.com, you can head there to go pick up on our Father's Day sale that's currently happening. So we go ahead and get a homepage here. So up to 50% off detailing gift kits, and so we've put together some kits that you can head there and pick up and save big time on these. So again, up to 50% off is a pretty killer deal. So kind of scrolling down here, we got Star Gloss, we have PNS, we have Armour Detail Supply, we have an absolute rinseless wash kit, we have an off-road kit, we have a coating kit, we have another absolute kit, wash kit, like a bigger version of it, then we have a complete interior kit, and then just a easy, quick, classic detailing kit with just some standard microfibers in there.
People love kits.
People love kits. It makes it easy. This is the kind of stuff where somebody wants to wash their car, they don't know what the heck to get, right? You buy one kit, you buy two kits, you're gonna have pretty much everything you need to clean the interior to exterior, and you're gonna have plenty of product to do so. And actually, kind of a funny thing, my brother-in-law just picked up a new car, right, just over the last week. He picked up a brand new Hyundai Elantra N. right?
Interesting choice. I like that.
And he had been asking me, he's like, hey, what's a fun commuter car, to drive in California that's not going to be like a pain driving stick shift, but still going to be a ton of fun with a fun transmission that's not going to break the bank. And I was like, Elantra N with the DCT, right?
It's a fun car.
Get that car. That car is probably, best in class for what you're looking for. And so he just got that, and he had asked me, hey, how do I wash this thing?
Ooh.
And this is a man that knows nothing about car washing, car care, anything like that. And I really kind of had to think about this. Okay, how do you really get somebody that knows nothing, that's just purchased their first car?
Sure.
How do you give them the best guidance? And honestly, right now, our kits at theradcompany.com are like that guidance, right?
Yeah.
Because I can say, hey, pick up this, pick up this, pick up this. Here's a video to watch about rinseless washing. Learn this. Don't know what to do with these other towels here. Watch this, and he'll be able to really take care of his car with just a few of those kits and a couple videos for education until at least I can make my way down there and show him in person. So just a good example of just a one way to do it. But Dane, I think we're here to answer some questions. The internet is active today. We are active.
Out there.
It is lively.
We're glad you guys are here. So we're going to let Bradley get things started over there, and we will get to your questions.
Dude,
but
Bradley, it's all you. Take it away, dude.
You're running it, man.
You're running this show.
Perfect.
We got Jimmy over here on the A-roll cam getting some shots behind the scenes. So we got Blue Line Automotive and Aviation
Well,
Detailing.
that's an old comment. I'm putting up new stuff.
There we go.
now.
Dan Pfeiffer, of course, with a good afternoon word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve to the entire TRC gang. Hope everybody's having a great week. Let's get the ADS party started. Heck yeah.
We love starting shows off with a Dan. Thank you for the Pfeiffer update. And David Boyce.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bradley and the musical genius of DJ Mayo.
It took me the longest time to realize that's actually his name. I thought that was just like a joke moniker he gave himself.
That was a screen name or something,
like
Dane?
DJ Mayo. It feels like a jokey name, and yet,
listen.
I met the guy, and he has a real sense of humor. So I kind of went, I'm still not entirely sure.
Okay, so there's also another DJ called DJ Mustard. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I know
so
DJ Marshmallow.
We've got the mayo, we got the mustard. We need the ketchup for sure. DJ Fry Sauce.
Where's Relish in all this?
DJ, that's a cool name.
DJ Relish is actually pretty dope.
Is that not a taken name?
That's probably a name. It's probably taken.
Dane, how are you going to take up a musical career as DJ Relish?
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Oh, Umberto.
Do I pickle your fancy?
It's so stupid. I love it.
Hello, TRC team.
Hello, Umberto. Happy to have you here.
That's the stupidest joke I've said.
That's so dumb, but I love it so much. That's great.
Quality Touch says, Armour Detail make some pretty dope products. Amplify is so nice. Agreed.
People love them some Amplify. It's true. Man, these comments are on fire now. Now they're moving.
It's got a happy Thursday. We got a lot of highs in the chat saying hello.
A whole lot of hellos. Then I've got a question here from Quality Touch.
I played Phobic recently. Do I want to use Amplify Weekly? Bradley, Phobic, Amplify Weekly after a Phobic application. Is that necessary?
Not necessary, but enjoyable.
Enjoyable. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Keep that slickness going. Keep the hydrophobics going.
Okay, all right. He's
Keep it glossy.
giving us the nod. Says he did two. It's pretty hot here in Maryland. I did 2 cars and have been sweating bullets.
Man, hang in there, Quality Touch. If it's hot in Maryland, I know it's going to be muggy. It's really, really humid out there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Stay hydrated out there. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Take a multivitamin. Take some fish oils regularly, right, to help with that skin health, heart health, and everything in between. I think you're doing everything you can.
And just because there's clouds doesn't mean you can't get a sunburn. Remember. All right, moving along here, I've got Tamra Chase.
That looks like a brand new freaking car.
It really does.
I'm looking at these angles and I'm like, what the heck?
I love these overhead cameras so much.
I know.
They have really stepped up the.
I feel like I'm at
Like a showroom.
I feel like I'm at the freaking, what's it called? Like the whatever it is, the Mecum auctions or whatever. Barrett Jackson right now.
We have them rolling over the line there. Yeah, we could just start the bidding. And, I don't know. This one's a low mile example.
I did tell Gabriel he can never sell this. Tamara Chase says, hello,
true.
everyone. Happy, and hello, Humberto. Nice.
Hello,
thank you, Tamara.
Hello, and 23 Do the Do. Has anyone tried the new Quick Detailer compared to Amplify? He's referring to Pan's Quick Detailer. Have not, so can't speak to that, but maybe somebody in the comments has. check it out. And then Quality Touch, haven't seen any videos that would be nice to know for reference.
Gotcha.
Yep. Get some feedback there. Hans Closen, hello, tell friends.
The man with a dragon tattoo.
Yes, always be on the lookout for that guy. And Essential saying, what up, y'all? And then I've got, boy, okay, the comments are piling in. Let's make sure they're moving along. And, ProShine Solutions, any chance there's a hidden bottle of DB36 on the shelf back there somewhere? On a real note, any idea when it will be back in stock? What can you tell us, Anthony?
I think we're working on it. I don't have an exact date for you. If Tyler Cucci is hiding in these comments, this would be a good time to come out and say hi and give some information. But I don't personally have an exact date, but I know there is an order in or order on the way.
All right, noted. And Quality Touch, nothing like a podcast to take me through my shift.
Yep.
Yes, happy to help. And David Cervantes saying, what's up, guys?
What's going
happy
on?
to have you here, David. And then I've got DJ Mayo popping in. What's he saying?
Quality Touch says you don't need to use it weekly. You can, but not completely necessary. That's weird. It's almost like Bradley and DJ are like connected somehow in a wavelength because they said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Quality Touch. So it's not necessarily a drying aid then.
It can be. I mean, you could also use Adapt as a drying aid if you want to do that. You can take some Hero, go 128-1, a spray bottle.
Sure.
Fantastic drying aid. You can do that literally every single day. Never have an issue. David Boy says Anthony Patton Oswald. It's Oswald. Will be in the TV series Star Trek on Paramount streaming. He will play a Vulcan along with Mr. Spock.
I just love Patton Oswalt, and you got to meet him, and I'm kind of jealous of that.
It is crazy.
Because people in the comments who tried to hurt your feelings kept saying you look like him. It's like, no, he's cool. I like him. And then you actually got to meet him.
There was some slight resemblance. I tried to call him Dad, and he looked very uncomfortable.
Yeah, when you told it, you literally got to tell him, people say I look like you.
I know.
And he responded
and then he
differently than you expected.
And then he said, what, that you're my giant? And I said...
He is a short guy.
I am almost like not double his size, but I mean I am like a good another extra third the size of him.
Man.
Yeah. Very nice guy though. I liked him.
Well.
Next up here we've got Sheepstar checking in from a safe house. I don't know what that means, but I hope you're staying safe out there.
Buddy. I mean, it's in the name, so I hope you're okay wherever you are.
Sheepstar's in the name?
Safe is in the name.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
Presumably he's staying safe. Let's hope it stays that way. Got the whole bent over today, says Slick Auto Styling. Okay, maybe that's a reason for the safe house. And then Sheep says people bend themselves. Yikes. Showtime from Quality Touch. Fire emoji. Okay, Jeff C. with a comment here.
Could you use clean APC as a pre-soak and then go straight into a contact wash with Hero? Obviously, this isn't best practice for rinseless, but could be a way to save more time and prep before polish. What are your thoughts, Bradley?
Yeah. Diluted
10-1
or so. You can pre-spray and then go right into Hero.
10-1?
Good to go.
Yeah, dude. I'd say 10 to, yeah. Bradley says 10-1.
That works.
10-1 to 20-1. 4-1's a little overkill.
Sure.
Don't do it straight.
Don't do it straight either.
You'll have a bad time.
You're using too much product if you do that.
It's going to be a bad time. Don't do that. Quality Touch says, is anyone still using Forced? Yes. We're pretty much...
Tamara very quickly popped in and said, yes, I use
Forced.
Forced.
We are sparingly using whatever we have left here in the cabinets because, the stuff is so good. Julina says, I have a gallon of Forced. I don't use it all the time, but my car is particularly icky. I do.
It's good stuff.
I just said Juliana. I meant Julina.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get that right.
I'm so sorry.
Quality Touch,
come into my house.
Forced.
You get our subscribers' names right.
Christina,
you idiot. Quality Touch says, I love Forrest. Then
it's a
moving
movie quote. He's not calling anybody in this comment
it's a
section
movie quote.
idiots, just to be clear.
It's from the other guys. Moving on.
Okay. And then, holy comments moving along. Let's try and find one. There we go. Dan Pfeiffer
says, if using the Ultra Clay Scrubber on a coated car, will this damage/deteriorate the coating? No, not usually. If the coating's worth anything, then you're going to be totally fine. in this most recent video, actually, funny enough, like we clayed my truck right before doing a coating, and the truck just had Amplify on it, right, which is crazy. We used the Ultra Clay Scrubber. I used a fallout remover. I used an APC. I used a clay lubricant. I used a lot of different things on that, right? The clay scrubber did not damage the hydrophobic, nor did it damage the micromar, the paint, or anything after multiple steps of decon, and the Amplify was still there, which is pretty crazy. But it just goes to show that if it's not hurting a essentially quick detailer spray sealant, right, it's not going to hurt a coating. I promise you.
All right. Then I've got David Boyce. Nice. An RSX. Wow. Impressive.
David, it's like exceptionally impressive.
No, it's very
This
clean.
is like, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Mine looks like a pile of trash next to this car.
That's not true. Yours looks awesome.
Thanks, Dane.
I love the black
I
RSX.
appreciate that.
It has high miles, but it's an original owner, and it drives excellently.
It does.
I really would like you to let me borrow it sometime.
Yeah.
It would be fun. He's not going to do it.
We'll talk about it later.
Let's see. Andrea here. I thought I could get him on the live.
Andreas says Sheepstar needs some more chocolate to survive the fallout. I don't know what that means, but we're going to go with it. Jeff
Just
C
survive.
says, if you love or loved Force, ADS Clean can fill the Force-shaped void. That's good to know.
That ought to do the trick for you. Then I've got DIY with Kane. My apologies. I know this has been beat to death. Beadmaker, Dreammaker, Paint Gloss, which will clog microfiber. Beadmaker will?
Beadmaker will.
Dreammaker will not.
Well, Dreammaker it can.
How? How?
It's
You got to be using so much.
Dreammaker does not clog long term.
Okay,
right?
that's
But
what
I mean,
I'm
you're
getting at.
following clean. You might notice the towel's a little bit softer.
That's
Beadmaker
different.
will clog long term. It's best to just decon those towels right when you can. Probably still do the same thing with Dreammaker. Paint Gloss, you could literally
You can just keep
dump
going
your
forever.
entire microfiber collection into a vat of paint gloss, and then take a human-sized whisk and whisk them around for the next 72 years. Pull those microfiber out, let them dry, and it will not clog those microfibers. I promise you that. It's not a characteristic of paint gloss. It's just it's a half cleaner, half quick detailer, Carnauba based. Quick detailer. It's not going to do anything.
And if you experience any kind of towel clogging and you aren't using rags to riches, you got to switch your game up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Then I got my guy Kirby. Nice car. Glad Gabe was able to take over ownership.
Me too. I had a list of people that I was going down when my wife gave me the look of of a marriage-ending look. I was like, okay, how do I go down my list here of people who I could potentially ask to buy this car in the meantime? Essentially a holding space for me. And I knew Gabe was pretty much the top of that list because he would take the utmost care, and he would be just as crazy as I am. And so that's what ended up happening. But there was people after him if that didn't work out. And then eventually it would have made its way to Dane, and I would have begged Dane, and Dane would have said, I'm
going to take it to the tunnel wash.
Yeah, and then I would have been like, no, just...
And I'm going to drive it every day, and I'm going to put so many miles on it, you won't even know. Because cars are meant to be driven.
Yeah, not that
Low
one.
mileage does nothing for me.
Yeah, well,
okay.
dude, it does something for me. I'm looking at this, and I am...
When I see low miles, I see neglect.
No, I see...
All right. Moving on.
Potential.
That RSX is fire.
That's what I'm saying, man. Let's keep it going.
My cousin had a slick black RSX. It was so nice. Well, you've got a slick black RSX in your garage, so you can relate. Sounds like a nice color, Paul. Let's see. We've got... Oh, dear. What? It's just a bunch of people saying hello. Then we got Gabe Garcia, who owns this car.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Gabe is probably looking at the comments for compliments on the RSX, so please keep those coming. I've complimented him enough about this car, but I think he likes the confirmation from others, and he probably will show his father, who also loves this car as well. So, Elias and Gabriel, the RSX enthusiasts. If there was an RSX fan club, they would probably be, I'd probably have him in it with me.
Well, his dad, Elias, had a wonderful TL before this.
He did, yeah. Yeah.
It was not long for this world, but it was a great
Telling you
car.
right now, guys, they are not making Acuras like they used to.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
They're getting a little better these days, so they've improved. They had a really bad stretch.
They did for many
A really
years.
bad
I mean, it
stretch
was like
between the beak and, by the way, Ryan, yes, hello to you too, fine detailing.
It was like a 12-year stretch from Acura that was just an absolute letdown.
Oh, that giant metal beak on top of the grill was atrocious.
Okay, moving on here. We got
Yes.
Steve the Foamer, not to be confused with Ray the Washer or George the Wheeler.
Okay.
We've got, hi guys, walking up to a dirty car, then walking away from a clean and shiny car is one of the best feelings. Spreading the addiction. Hey, spread it far and wide and
That's what
spread
we
it
like to
quick and
hear.
fast. You know what I mean?
Wait a second, what are you spreading?
Just,
I've seen the trailer for 28 years later, so
Oh, I want to see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, derailing things.
Actually, really quick, in terms of how to what to
no.
see, right? How to Train Your Dragon comes out. The live action. I know not everybody's obsessed with live action movies and whatnot.
I love the original movie. I
am
am annoyed with this trend of live actioning things.
I know. I am personally
in order to
excited
save
about
your IP.
this. And funny enough, I do genuinely think that my black RSX looks a lot like that dragon.
Aw.
Doesn't it? Like, think about it. Put green eyes on my car, and you go, "That look at that. It's kind of derpy looking."
Anthropomorphizing your car. Yeah.
Yep.
It's got a cute face.
It does.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Next up, I've got Steve Pearson here saying, "Hey friends, Anthony, congrats, my friend. I hope everyone is healthy and happy."
They are. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's doing great.
And then I got a bunch of people saying hello to each other. Then I got Lucas back here. Not the Lucas you're thinking of, though. No, it's Lucas Hudik here saying, "Hi, guys. All the best from Slovakia. Hope you're doing good." Well, we hope you're doing good over there in Slovakia. And then AT4, formerly known as Alpha Tango, saying, "Thank you very much to the TRC crew for signing my hat. I love it."
Nice.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Glad we were
man.
able to do that.
And it was nice of you to ask. Like, we're always happy to do that stuff, but if anybody else ever feels like placing an order and they get some swag and they want somebody here to sign it for some reason, it's not like we're famous or anything, but we love making people's day if we can. So, yeah,
Totally.
throw it in the comments. We'll hook it up. Then DIY with Kane. I recommend the PNS kits to newbies all the time. So much better than the Walmart alternatives.
Nice. Nice.
No,
Thank
I can
you.
Definitely see that.
Thank you, DIY.
Then Ryan here. What's Ryan saying? Fine detailing.
Never seen so many burner accounts in one day. ... Sheesh. Come here for the good vibes. Yeah, Ryan.
Spreading those good vibes.
Yeah, man. I mean, no burners here, really. You know.
Well, I'd like to think we're seeing a lot of familiar faces, but when I see new ones around here, I'm going to take it on good faith that you're operating in good faith until you give me a reason not to trust you. So, be good to each other.
I've learned over the years you don't want to get on Dane's bad side.
No,
Hard to get on. It's hard to get on his bad side.
I
but
really give people the benefit of the doubt, don't I?
really-
Even like
you
Uber
really
drivers
do.
that, probably didn't deserve it. And we can agree on that he didn't deserve the thing. And I see that now, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Dane.
I
Appreciate
really
that.
try and look out for people I don't know, because you don't know what people are going through.
And you're going to run into a lot of different people in life, right? All different walks of life, going through different things. I once ran into a woman sitting outside of my house, blasting rock music, chain smoking cigarettes in her third-gen Dodge Ram.
And you
right?
just thought it was some weird stalker hanging outside your door.
No, I thought it was some weird stalker, and I went into that situation ready to fight, right? I threw on an extra baggy shirt thinking I was going to make myself look bigger and more intimidating.
Tough.
I was going to walk up to that truck and be like, "Who the heck are you? What are you doing in front of my house? Get the F out of here," right? And what happens is a woman rolls down her window, a cabin full of cigarette smoke, and she just wanted to get away from her mother-in-law, or from her mother. She was sick of her mother and wanted to get out of the house and listen to rock music. And then she asked me what I like to listen to, and on a whim, I didn't really know what to say because I was so caught off guard that I told her I listened to Trivium, which I don't really listen to Trivium.
But it was the first artist you thought
And
of.
she asked me what song to play, and it was the first thing that popped up, and me and her rocked out to that song. And it was an amazing
heartwarming
few minutes
actually.
of just
you made somebody's who knows how much of their year, month, week, whatever you made, but you really made it.
Trivium Trish, and I haven't seen her since.
That's probably a good sign though. It means maybe they made up, maybe things got better. I like to think that's what happened.
I think that's what happened too,
Yeah.
but I mean I just don't know. She was going through a lot.
Yeah. Well, on that
Moving
note,
on, Dane. So anyway,
just saying, look out for the people around you. You don't know what
Rachel.
they're going
Rachel
through.
M says, "What's the best rinseless wash for a beginner?"
This show really takes some turns, doesn't it?
Best rinse wash for a beginner. I mean, heck, you can use what Bradley is using right now, Armour Detail Supply Hero Rinseless Wash. But we got a lot of good ones out there. Absolute Rinseless Wash. You can use O&R. You can use Rapid Rinseless from Coach Chemie. We have 4 solid rinseless washes. I don't think we're going to probably take on any more, knock on
We're rocking
wood.
the Hero today.
But we're rocking Hero right now, and it smells amazing. It smells like what strawberry lemonade, right, Bradley?
Yep.
It's a good smell.
It's
Intoxicating.
It
Yes,
is
it is.
intoxicating.
It'll make you want to keep cleaning long after you're really done.
Yeah. Moving on.
Next up, I go by DJ Tone Deaf at parties, says Buff and Tony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tony. Love you, buddy. Let's see. Sheepstar saying kits make a good gift too. Agreed. Then DJ Mayo saying DJ Mustard will be in Boise in September. Watch out.
Shut up. Is he actually coming to Boise?
I feel like he's just riffing at this
Listen,
point.
Mayo, we're going to mix you two together, right? We're going to put you on a Subway
Oh,
sandwich. What do you guys think? DJ Mayo and DJ Mustard.
Well, and Celtic Interior Shine Paul saying, Rachel, the best is subjective, and no one can tell you what's the absolute best. And that is something
But you
that
put
we
it
agree
in there,
with.
absolute best.
Now
you
put words
put
in
it
his mouth.
in there, Paul. I'm just kidding.
So, okay. So in the case of Paul, you're absolutely right. When it comes to this stuff, it drives people nuts when we say, when it comes to how many different towels there are, they're like, which one's the best? And it's a question that you're always going to hear. Kind of drives us nuts sometimes when you hear it because you know, and we know, there really isn't a best. It's what's best for that person, what their personal preference is guiding them towards. We need to know a little bit about how they do things to understand what the best is to direct towards them. And from there, we can make good decisions. But outside of that, I mean, it's hard when you're operating with no information about their style of doing things first.
Totally. Bradley, what do you think of that Slim Dryer drying towel?
It is working fantastic.
Isn't it a nice one?
It's nice and manageable too.
It's
nice.
manageable. It's not like unwieldy or anything like that. I mean, I used a single slim dryer on my entire Raptor. Was yesterday actually, and did the whole truck and even the tonneau cover, which was absolutely soaked because we got rained on. And it was like that perfect towel for everything, right? Whole truck and a tonneau cover, one slim dryer, done.
That's
super,
nice.
super cool. And then for anybody wondering, it was the camo color to make me feel cool.
Of course.
And it had big text on it that said
Big
the Rag Co.
old lettering.
And no, we're not paying you to advertise the towel. I thought it was a freaking cool design. I think it looks awesome. I have created so many freaking towels while I've worked here that for once I wanted something that I was going to look at and be like, hey, that looks really cool. I really like that. And the first thing everybody does is craps on the fact that it's got big letters on it. And you know what I have to say to you? I have to say to you, there's 149 other towels on the Rag Company website that have no branding whatsoever. Pick one of those. Please don't crap on the one thing that I enjoyed making. I had a really fun time making that towel. But anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
I just want you guys to
I'm gonna calm
understand.
down.
You really hurt Anthony's feelings when you complained about the text on the towel, because that was something like people think everything these days is like shady ulterior motives, all this stuff. He literally was just so proud of having like a logo on a towel and in a way that was printed that didn't take away from its ability to perform. That was something to celebrate.
This was like a complete new dye technique that literally
He was excited.
was just
It's a way to
like,
show that off.
Was just being implemented at a factory level, and I'm like, wow, finally I can do something I really like, and I think it looks super, super cool, and the branding's awesome.
Instead, people just decided to take a whole different kind of approach
Yeah,
to how
I'll
they
use
thought
that
about
towel
it.
if you pay me, or if I'm going to advertise a company. I'm like, you're buying our stuff anyways. You have a banner in your shop. I looked at your pictures, bro. You literally have a banner in the back of our shop, and now you're complaining that the towel has something that nobody is ever going to see.
Meanwhile, walking away in like a shirt that says Joe's Bait Shop or something on it. I mean, it's just like, okay.
It says bait and hard on it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
On that note.
there's people out there that are literally walking billboards, and they're going to complain about the drying towel that's going to live in their cabinet, 99.99999% of their entire life.
And so my guy Kirby here, thanks to TRC for being the title sponsor at the Shine Time Expo here in Houston. Kudos to the Josh Bros for manning the booth.
They had a good time.
Nice.
Sounds like that was a successful event, which was really cool. So
And we love our Joshes. They do a great job.
We're happy that the Joshes were able to get out there.
Absolutely. Then, speaking of absolutely, got AT4 there. What's he saying?
That Absolute Rinseless Wash Kit is perfect as a perfect Father's Day gift. Agreed. Yeah,
All
it's a
right,
great
get
kit.
some love there. And Mike G Detailing.
Hello, everyone. Always good to see ADS live. Agreed.
And as far as that wash goes, let's see. In Focus Photography, Phobic is fantastic. And Hero, I think, is my fave rinseless wash. I've already burned through half a gallon, and I only wash my own car.
Wow.
I mean, that's a pretty good run.
That is commitment.
Yeah, for sure. I was told there's a poll going on in the chat, but it's not showing up anywhere on my phone. So he's going to have to
I
tell
would
me.
like to see the poll, Gabriel. Yes.
Yeah, tell us all about it.
What does the poll say?
All right, the poll for today, at least right now. Go ahead and read it, Anthony.
Are you freaking kidding me? What car should Anthony let Dane drive? Anthony's prized Evo, prized RSX, prized Civic, and prized Raptor. Why is there a question mark on the Raptor? Just don't pick the top one.
Well, I saw your polishing technique this week on the Raptor, so that's why.
Man. It's to drive, not to detail. Remember that.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Yeah.
Craig
There's a whole story there. Craig Tershel says, "What's the process for a decon wash on an already coated Pro or Quartz Armor coating?" Process for a decon wash, Bradley. I would imagine it has to do with decon wash, maybe a little bit of fault remover, maybe clay it, right?
Exactly.
Anything more to that?
Yeah, I mean, best process, decon soap.
Okay.
Get it as clean as possible. Fallout remover for sure.
Okay.
Feel if you need to clay, because you don't want to just clay if you don't have to clay.
Yeah.
So feel if the surface is rough, clay it if you need to. After that, then you're kind of pulling it inside or wherever you're doing it. Then you're getting into what do you want to put on it to top it. Depends on how long the coating's been on there. So your options are phobic if you want to go a little crazy and get year plus durability, or you can put on something like ceramic spray sealant and you're good to go from there.
What would be so if you were doing let's call it a once a year decon wash on one of your, paint coatings,
Yeah.
right? Would you recommend phobic or beads, or what would you do?
I do phobic.
Okay.
So it would be what I just mentioned, pull it inside, panel prep it, do phobic. Generally I would do it just the easy way with the spray on the towel method. You're going to get a year durability out of that, so it'll get you through your next annual maintenance and just give extra protection to the original base layer.
Cool. Sweet. We like that.
Simple as. All right. Now I've got Carlos Miranda here.
Says, hello, everyone. Hello, Carlos. What's going on?
Hey, hey. And then followed up by Steve Pearson. I'm here for Bradley. I'm taking notes to see how the GOAT gets things done. Wow. Okay. A little complimentary towards Bradley there. Feeling love.
Yeah, Bradley is goated. He is a man of few words. I will say though, I mean, he has talked more this week than I've ever heard him talk in his entire life.
But not on camera. He'll just
me and Bradley
met.
We met what, 8 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long time.
more words than he's ever said has been this week. It's been great.
That was clear back at like the OG Rupas event, the training event,
was
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way back when. Man, we met a lot of people who ended up going on to do cool things.
Well, we met a lot of people that went off to do cool things, but I met a lot of people that we stayed in touch with and we're still friends with over the years. You know that?
Gulliker from Gully's Garage. Dan Digna was there. Like all these guys.
And then me and Mike. It was me, Mike, and Troy Sowers. went to like a couple different dinners. Man, we had the funniest freaking conversations, dude. me and Mike get along very well.
I was gonna say you guys definitely the Portuguese thing carries on strong.
Frank Kruger says, "Is there a product out there that acts as a drying aid that does not leave any protection in case I choose to do a different last step protection?" Yeah, man. Frank, you could take any rinseless wash. I mean, for the most part, diluted at 64 to 1, 128 to 1. do that all day long. You will have a change in possible surface tension while you're drying it to make the drying experience better, but it's not going to leave behind any lasting protection or anything like that. So I mean, that's the way to do it. Outside of that, there's tons of other options. I mean, paint gloss was talked about earlier. That's a great, just easy drying. It's such a simple, quick detailer that it won't last longer than really a couple days. But rinseless really is your answer. So what I would do, go down to the store, get yourself a gallon of distilled water, take your favorite rinseless, dilute it 1:28:1. You can do it right there in the gallon, fill up a couple spray bottles, and bam, you have a ready-to-go drying aid. It's not going to leave behind any protection that will change the way the drying process feels in comparison to pure water.
That makes sense. And then I've got Mike G Detailing saying, my prediction is Clean and Trim Plus will be sold out on launch day. Bradley, how are you feeling about that stuff?
I would agree.
Based on the way people have been clamoring, I think that you guys aren't too far off. Then I got Jimbo Slice with a hey, hey. And I've got, Gabe Garcia also saying, stoked that the Joshes could help him be there. Yep. Followed by Recht Fadl. I never knew how to say this guy's name right, but that's okay. He's been commenting here a long time. Wrecked Panhandle, that's right.
What's up, OGs? Stopping by today, say hello. I'm still in the background spying.
Dude, do your thing, Wrecked, man. You've been here a long time. I remember your handle going way back.
I was wondering who was that in the bushes, right?
Yeah, you heard rustling.
There's some rustling, some shaking, and some squelching sounds, and I wasn't quite sure what that was.
Not sure about the squelching.
Moving on, the one who shall remain nameless. What should we call you today?
Teo. What if we call him Teo?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. It's just a first random name I could think of that sounded kind of different in my head.
Okay. Teo says, good afternoon and happy Friday, Junior, from the sunny 80 degrees south coast of Massachusetts. I used the original formula for the first time today in direct sun with no issues. That scent is great, too.
It is. Then I've got... Rob, I like how y'all didn't straight up ignore the pen question. No, like if somebody asks a question and we do or don't have some input on it, we're going to do that. I'm not just going to ignore questions. The only ones that I'll kind of bypass here are just trying to get past like some of the hellos and the back and forth because I know that kind of piles on and people are here to have their questions answered. So we try and make sure we get a little of the community mixed in, but not just that. All right, then I got Travis Aldridge. I received my 4 M22 towels this week, ready to put them to work.
Travis,
yes,
you
sir.
got yourself 4 sledgehammers. You got yourself 4 small tanks, my friend, that are not just ready to work, but they're ready for battle. I mean, agile. You can wheel those into any type of war zone, any type of wet war zone, and really absorb most of that. You know what I mean? And
I saw some people commenting, they're like, oh, the M22 was actually this kind of tank. And it's like, yeah, because it's a little smaller, but it's super tough.
No, it's a lightweight. It's a lightweight. I mean, when you think of a lightweight tank, it's still a freaking tank. I mean, it was a light duty tank, right? But I mean,
it's meant to be more versatile.
What do you want us to do? Make it 10,000 GSM towel and call it the real tank?
We just start shipping bricks to people. I mean, or volcano rock because it's porous.
I'm not going to do crap. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be the worst experience ever.
This absorbs stuff. Never mind what it does to the clear coat. Yikes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wrecked. Also, I can't help to notice the Griot's ceramic spray smells a lot like Bead Maker. Well, that's interesting. It's that mango scent that Bead Maker does is really good.
Yeah, so the mango scent is actually used in a few different things. It usually changes depending on the chemical that it's in, but I mean, it's a pretty popular scent in the in terms of.
It's one of my favorite smells.
In terms of like detailing chemical adjacent scents that we know that there's stability behind, right? I mean, there's so many scent manufacturers out there, but that particular mango scent is stable in a lot of different chemicals, and so a lot of different companies will use that similar scent.
Yeah. Then I've got, in Focus Photography, I got 2 coats of Phobic on my GR Corolla. Nice choice. Jimmy would be proud. On vacation next week, and we'll probably do another coat.
Is that possible, Bradley?
Yeah.
Should he be doing that many coats, or is that okay?
Have fun. Do it.
All right.
Have fun. Okay.
Double the fun.
Just keep going.
Bradley just had a crazy look in his eye as he said that.
He seemed really excited.
And yeah, he was like 3 coats. Like let's do 4, right? Why not 5?
Bet you can't do
Phobic's
one
my
more.
favorite product. Phobic's my favorite product. I get excited with Phobic.
You got that crazy look in
There
your
was a
eye,
hunger
Bradley.
in his eyes.
It's kind of scaring me. I mean, he had a South Korean pancake for lunch today, and I think
Which
that
are
was
awesome.
I
by
think
the
that
way.
started to get to. Did you eat the whole thing, Bradley?
Did not.
Oh my
unfortunately.
God! I paid $6 for that.
It was $4.50. I looked.
Was it okay? All right.
I'm keeping track.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, we had some good food earlier, and then we've had actually good food this whole week. It's been awesome.
But yeah, good choice of car. Good choice of coats to put on.
Jimbo Slice says, "I love the smell of Griot's ceramic spray."
Yes.
Nice.
And then Joey Balinsky. Happy Thursday, fam. Big shout out to my boy Bradley. No wonder he's been ignoring my texts. Well, to be fair, like we said, he's a man of few words. So if you can get him to say anything at all, it's probably going to be pretty important or profound. So just hang in there.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. We've got David Bram saying, fellas. Hey, right back at you, fella.
Hey.
And Ella.
Kevin Cho
okay.
says, "Does anyone know if they've talked about pan stuff or if they plan on testing it?"
I mean, we test a lot of different products. A lot of stuff you don't ever see show up on our channel because we're testing it in the background and stuff. But
Kevin, I've used some stuff.
yeah,
I've used some stuff.
Definitely.
Put my hands in some stuff. I've smelled some stuff.
got your mitts on some things.
I know some things about a thing. You know what I mean?
Thing or two about a thing or two?
I know
Is
a
that
thing
what
or
they
two
say?
about a thing or two,
Yeah.
about a thing or 3, or about a thing or 4.
Well, and like your mom always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Fine detailing. I would like to formally request ADS glass in 50 milliliters. That is all. All right. Well,
Seems like a common thing.
Now the
And,
size
yeah,
is
that's-
increased.
And in normalized
I-
50 milliliter glass coatings is what Slick
know.
Auto Styling. So yeah, there appears to be a bit of a contingency.
You
here.
guys realize that the toughest part about glass coatings, though, is that like really the 30 mil bottle is the sweet spot because like the 50 mil for most applications, I mean, you're getting a couple cars out of a 30 mil. You can even get 3 cars out of a 30 mil depending on your application method. But like, what more than that actually? Shoot, you can get way more than that actually. You can get probably 4 or 5 cars. The problem with the glass coating is that how many vehicles are you consistently coating with the one bottle before it just sits there, right? 3/4 of the way full, or sorry, 1/3 of the way full, 1/4 of the way full, and then it just sits there and doesn't get used forever and ever and ever, and then eventually it goes bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
30
50
Auto
mils a lot.
Pros.
Bradley
ahead.
is in Boise! Exclamation mark, question mark. Brad, I owe you a Ruth's Chris filet. How long are you here for? Listen, Brandon.
This is his last day.
Listen, if you're offering,
He
you're gonna
better
take it
hop
for
in the
him.
car right now and make his
if
way
you're
over here.
offering
That-
to buy some dinner, and I'd like to be included in on that, Brandon. I also love Ruth's Chris, but
this
yes,
guy
he is
wheeling
here
and
for his
dealing.
final night tonight, actually. So I don't know if there's room for anything, but who knows? Never
There
say
you
never.
go. It's really up to Bradley, isn't it?
Bradley, we had some good food the other night. Went to a seafood place. Went to a really delicious place. Dane,
did.
what was the name of this restaurant?
Coa Del Mar. Delicious.
Which is I like to think it's quite fancy, but I mean it's really good. It's like it's not fancy, but it is
it's
fancy.
accessible fancy.
It's accessible fancy.
Like you can show up in a t-shirt, but it looks like a place where you probably should be wearing something a little more formal.
No, it's super nice. And like the thing is like with Bradley being such an awesome distributor, like the last place that we were going to take you would be like Texas Roadhouse. So, I don't know if you like Texas Road. I mean, it's good, but we wanted to do it right.
Do something a little different. Something you can't get just anywhere,
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Next up, Jeff C. Forbidden green sponge, he says. Oh, man. Bradley, what can you tell us about that sponge?
It is. It's a green sponge.
That's so
What the
funny.
heck is the delay on that?
So
I was
funny.
in the zone. I was in the zone. I was in the zone. I was in the zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
It's
that
a
was
sponge
one of the
and it's
funniest
green
things.
and it's firm and it's
It's
good.
a sponge designed for rinseless and soap washing. It works fantastic. It was designed for use with Hero. It is slightly stiffer than the Rag Company's
Yes.
USS sponge.
It is different.
Has similar cuts, a little similar shape, similar packaging, but for the most part, it's just a fantastic rinseless wash sponge, and it's perfect for people who want something that's slightly stiffer than the USS. And no, the Rag Company does not currently sell it as of right now. But you can pick it up at armourdetailsupply.com.
Yeah. And once again, never say never. All right. And yeah, I mean, if you want something with more bite, that's the move. Carlos Colley saying, just refilled my DI tank I purchased from, On the Go. Is there a specific resin you recommend? My water is 450 to 500 ppm.
Just refill my
It's
DI.
probably
Is
more
there
of a
a specific?
you
I don't
thing.
have any specific resin. That's one thing. I
Bradley.
don't know anything about resin types or anything like that. I buy the CR Spotless refills.
Sure.
I put those in. I don't think about
Any
it.
opinions on resin?
I believe that system is a one tank system, so you need a mixed bed resin, and most mixed bed resins are the same. It just depends if it's a new resin or if it's been recharged resin. They can be different prices.
Okay.
A lot of times the new resin's a better deal because it just lasts so much longer, but you can get cheaper recharged resin and make it work that way too.
Nice. See, that's a man that knows a little bit more about resin. So
See, that's the
there
kind of
you go.
answer I was looking for. Thank you, Bradley.
Yeah.
All right. Then we've got Teo here saying, got my first use of the Slim Dryer too. I prefer smaller drying towels, but that thing is great. Slim enough to easily fold. The printed side is great for glass as well as around badges. No snags.
Isn't it great?
It's very
Teo?
tightly woven
It's
on
an
that
awesome
side.
towel. I love that Slim Dryer towel. I think it's so awesome, dude.
No,
it's fantastic.
It's a good move. Then we've got Craig Tershel here saying, what's the decon process for an already applied Armour quartz coating?
We actually covered that earlier.
Yeah, we did. But, a little refresher wouldn't hurt.
Decon wash, possible fault remover, clay if needed, and then if nothing's needed and you're looking to top off hydrophobics, then a little bit of phobic spray coating.
Yeah. Anything to add, Bradley?
No, that's it. That was the process.
You
Simple
got
and
it.
easy.
Let's see. We've got the Diesel Doctor. That's fun. Responding to Ryan. Hello, I just made it to the show. I'm about to try out that new to me Rupas right now while listening. Thanks. Oh,
Nice.
Very nice. Okay. Enjoy that Rupas. More miles just means more personality. My man. Yes, Slick Auto Styling. That's right. Put some miles on it. Put some stories in it. You know how
More
it is.
flaws.
That's right. More flaws equals more character equals better story.
More impurities.
Man, if I just wanted to go watch a movie where the plot was the blandest thing possible because I had the least miles in terms of writer input, and then yuck.
Bradley this week, I don't think Bradley realized that, in many ways, I'm more like Matt than he thought I was
You
like.
are.
Oh, no,
You are
Anthony.
Matt Mormon Jr.
Anthony-
Do not give me the freaking junior.
You are
and don't
Matt-
let him
Matt
hear that
Mormon
crap. No, I
Jr..
am. No, don't even put me in the same category as him. I am better than him in every single way.
No, they're
right?
two sides of the same crazy coin is what they are.
Yeah, don't call me the junior. That is a slap in the face, Bradley. That is a slap in the face, right? So I am absolutely my own person, but I'm a different level of crazy. But he didn't realize that around certain things, I am a little bit crazier than he thought I was.
People think you're making that up, but you truly, we know, just in daily life from experiencing interactions with
yeah.
you will manifest things.
I don't want to be this way. It's just I
No.
think Bradley got to see it in person for the first time, and I think he is a little fearful.
Are you a little more concerned for his well-being now?
Yeah, I mean,
Just a little bit.
just
No,
a little
okay,
bit.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Let's
being
just
real.
say we got through what we needed to get through, and hopefully we don't have to do those things again. At least not for another, hopefully 5+ years. Am I right?
Let's just say there was a small high spot left, and it was the end of the week. I almost got fired. I was almost given a plane ticket out of here.
The deal
It was-
ADS almost got. We almost pulled the plug on ADS.
It
from
was a
the-
big deal.
from-
It was a big deal.
Yikes.
we got it sorted. We shook hands. We're all good.
Well, that's rough. Man, 404 not found. That says a lot for Amplify. Yes. Let's see. I got David Boyce here. I bet Gabe will remove the Acura badge and put a Toyota badge on it. He can't help himself. Yeah, I mean, it's Japanese. He's probably going to give it a pass just because he thinks it's more reliable that way. So.
Joey says, I'd rather see an animated remake of a live-action movie I love. Yeah.
Now, that would be fun if they flipped it around and they did hand-drawn animated, like they did the hard thing.
They do it
work.
with Star Wars, and it's horrible.
You just don't like animated things.
The animated Star Wars are trash. Throw those in the garbage.
Just because the writing is better, but you don't like the animation style.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Sometimes I don't particularly care for it.
Moving
either,
on.
but anyway, Tamara Chase. Let's see.
Gabe, I love two-door coupes, especially in silver. Nice car, Gabe.
Yes, agreed,
That's
Tamara.
a wonderful compliment for Gabriel.
And then
Moving
Gabe
on.
starts replying to everybody. David Boyce, haha, no. I'm keeping her in pristine OEM condition next to my first-gen 4Runner, which also has like 30-some-odd thousand miles.
This has lower miles than that, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that 4Runner is also like from 1989, whereas this is from like 2006.
But this is,
So kind of a big difference there, too.
this thing's insane.
And then I've got more
thank
car.
yous.
David Boyce, my white TL Type S looks like a Stormtrooper. Some people like the
Nice.
Stormtrooper look. I happen to be one of them. I have 2 white on black cars.
Alex says, I'm late, but I love it. Oh, I'm late, but I'm here. Love
I'm
you
late,
all.
but I love it.
Hope everyone is well. Alex, we are well. Hopefully you are well as well.
Same.
You are well as well. Guys, I think it's time to replace my Ultra Safe
Ooh.
sponge. Should I just get another one or get the big red sponge?
Or you could do a wild card and get yourself the green sponge.
We don't
Try
sell that,
out.
Dane.
I'm
We
just
don't-
saying,
we
if you
don't
want
sell
to
it.
adventure, that's authenticity, though. If you want to try something,
is.
just because we don't carry something doesn't mean we can't say, you know what, try that.
You know what? I agree with you.
And
I like that
that's
logic.
a big part. That's a part of growing up. That's maturity.
That is maturity. You know what? I like that.
That takes cojones.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Moving on.
all right.
We've
Gabe
got-
Garcia. TL Type S is fire. Yes. Tamara Chase. More compliments to the cars. My goodness. Gabe, it looks like it was well cared for. Good luck with it. Trivium screaming from Hans. Yes.
Hans gets it, dude.
Alpha Tango. Trivium Trish forever. My favorite story from Anthony. Anthony has so many good stories, but Trivium Trish is way up
I don't
there.
even know what episode that was. I was trying to find it the other day. I don't even know where
It's
at.
back in the podcast there. The problem was when I was making those titles for all those podcasts,
Nothing was
we
that
hadn't
specific.
discussed anything in advance. So like I just had to guess what was going to happen, and then I didn't change it
It's not
afterwards.
searchable.
It was live, so
David Boyce says, I have 2. I have a white diamond pearl and a kinetic blue pearl. They're 2007 and 2008, both Type S.
good choices. Then Teo here, Anthony, congrats on the newest addition to your family.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, he's talking about the little Grom.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Definitely not that. It would
perhaps a child.
Perhaps a child. I think it's
Perhaps
a
a
child.
child.
It's
You know, there was just so much car talk
probably
here.
the-
I was
It's
trying to
probably
lean
the
into
child.
a little funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Moving on. We've got Hans. You guys should knock on every door and have Trish in the Q&A. I don't know
Well,
about all that.
I've cruised the neighborhood searching for that 3rd gen, Dodge Ram with kind of like the jacked up rear bumper on it and whatnot. Like I've cruised the neighborhood. I've never seen that truck since. I have no idea where she's at, but like I would love to run into her again. You know what I mean? Just rock out with her and just be,
a good time.
engulfed in secondhand smoke.
Jibbo Slice admiring the shine, followed by Slick Auto Styling. I miss the old Hero scent, but I haven't smelled the new one. Slick, before you feel bummed out, just know the new Hero scent, amazing.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's very good.
So good. Then I've got Teo here. Oh, I forgot they changed the scent to Hero. I'm going to have to keep the bottle I opened today for special occasions. You may feel the same way about the new one. Just saying, it's that good. Now let me make sure I can get the right page here. Okay, that was page 5. On to page 4. Boom. Steve discovering Tony in the chat. More compliments. And 23 do the do. So Hero 128 to 1 is better as a drying aid than 256 to 1. Only used it at 256. so
Try
far.
both. See, do your thing, man. I've tried both. I think they both feel great. But 128 to 1 feels pretty awesome. Try it.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens.
Then we've got Jorge. What happens if I wash all my towels and wash mitts together? Oh boy. Well, it depends. Do you have a bunch of different colors of your towels? Have they been used with different chemicals that wouldn't play nice together in a washing machine? I mean, these are things you got to think about. And the number one issue that I would point out there is whatever towels you're going to use for drying and whatever towels you're going to use on your glass, like your windows and stuff, keep those separate from everything else. If you're not going to organize the rest of your stuff, at least separate those out from the rest of the crowd, because you will regret it if you mix those in and you get yourself some sweet glass towels and you just go on and next thing you know, you're smearing, you're smudging. It sucks. Don't do that to yourself. That's my 2 cents. Anything to add?
No, that's all I got.
All right. Bradley, how do you feel about cleaning glass? Favorite thing, worst thing, what is it?
I hate it.
Okay, yeah.
But there's things that make it easier, and it can be enjoyable. But it is for me, it's the worst part about detailing. And it's the thing that people and customers see first.
Yeah, no, you
And
sit behind the
it's got to
wheel.
be the
What are
hardest
you
thing,
doing?
right? you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to see through it. That's the hard
Yeah.
part. All right, Mike G. What's Mike saying?
The rant on the logo being on the towels prices. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
More
Didn't,
love.
didn't really want
More
it to
love
become
for
a
the
rant,
logo.
but then it did, and then here we are. TRC should make an all-day Tony towel.
Just call it the Tony towel. Joey Belinsky, they're quick to compare it to the other slim style drying towels, which the last time I checked also have large branding on them. I don't understand. The world is a mysterious place, my friend.
Yep.
Alpha Tango. I really like the logo on the Slim Dryer. Some people will complain about anything. The fact of the matter is that logo does not interfere with its performance at all whatsoever. It just works.
Yep.
So if that's your concern about it, then you got nothing to worry about. Then Joey is saying he loves the spicy Anthony.
I don't know if I got that spicy,
No,
but
you weren't that spicy.
Joey, exactly. Every Slim Dryer has has huge logos.
But remember, it's only a problem when we do it.
Yes, it's only
Nice Tony rant. And now deep breath, buddy.
yes.
Josh's are the best. Yes, we love our Josh's. And Ray would love the Slim Dryer in a smaller size, similar to the size of the double twisters. You know what? At a certain point, if you get to a smaller one, FTW is not exactly the same. I'll grant you that. It's a different kind of weave, ultimately, on the backside especially. But you're really close. Yeah. If you're just looking for something that you want in like a 16 by 16 size or something, I would really say if you haven't, try out the FTW. Or maybe you already have.
Yep.
All right, next up, I've got Teo. Teo is saying what?
For what it's worth, Anthony, I love having the branding on the Slim Dryer. It's sad that people are not smart enough to not buy a towel they disagree with. That expands to so many other topics too. Yeah. Moving on here, we got the.
Ooh, holy cow! We got a super chat.
Oh, what
Toast. All right, we all clap for that. Even Bradley.
yeah,
Got to
even
find a way to
Bradley,
make him clap. There we go. Thank you, sir. I know. I realized I picked the worst time to do that.
Getting organized.
$4.99 from Toast707. Thank you. Really appreciate that. He says, hey guys, my wife and I have a baby coming in September.
Nice.
I feel like the Rip and Rags would be the perfect towel package solution for all the baby needs.
100%.
Anthony has some fun stories where he got to use Rip and Rags.
Oh, yeah.
With the new baby, and they came in clutch.
Oh, Rip
Did
and
they
Rags.
not?
Yeah.
In ways you didn't even know you would ever have to use them.
No, but yeah, you want to have a roll of Rip and Rags in the baby's room, ideally next to the changing table, ideally. And they aren't they aren't your first pick always, right? So you don't want to just grab the Rip and Rags, willy nilly and just use them for every single little thing. But there will be moments.
Oh yeah.
There will be moments where the wipe won't be enough, right? The little baby wipes, they won't be enough. You'll go and you'll start smearing things around. It'll get really
Your house
messy.
got its walls repainted.
Yeah, it'll get all over the place.
This is the nicest
It'll get
way
under
I
the
can
carpet.
say
It'll get into the floor, and you go the baby. These little tiny things aren't enough. I need something more. And then you're gonna look at that Rip and Rag, and it's gonna that roll is gonna be glowing, and you're gonna be like, this is what Anthony was talking about, and you're gonna rip that rag, and you're gonna clean up that matter like no other, and you're gonna be like a hero. And your wife is going to love you for thinking ahead and buying these detailing towels for your baby.
That's important. All right, Tomahawk. I love how the Dry Me a River towel has the logo stamped on them. Yeah, that was one of our earlier examples of trying to, experiment with putting a logo onto something. And that was a fun way to do it. And that wasn't printing. That was actually like embossing it in. But the important thing we always took into consideration was whatever we did not want it to impact the towel's ability to do its job, and we never wanted to create a situation where it might create something that could scratch. We don't want that. Never. So that was something we kept in mind. Steve Pearson, this is how you know Bradley is the real deal, hitting those door jams like you should. Much love for the door jam work. Jose Martinez saying, hi, guys.
Man.
Question. I want a dad shirt in blue. Can't find it on the website. Help, please.
Jose, my friend.
Anthony, are you going to give him the shirt off your back?
I may have to give you the shirt off my back. I mean, we had these on the website for, I don't even know how long. I mean, I'll show you guys. I'll stand up. I'll show you guys what the back looks like. It's kind of like, I mean, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
Right?
They were cool. Yeah. Had the old pickup on the back.
Little pickup on the back.
Chevy.
It's just, we made a run of these, and truthfully, we made quite a few. I think maybe arguably too many. So we had them on the website for quite some time.
Yeah.
I would need to either see or ask if we have more hidden away somewhere. But anyways, Jose, I have send you a separate message. But thank you for being on here, my friend. And we will find a way to get you a detailed dad shirt. 100%.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, these are pretty cool.
All right. Slick Auto Styling. My dad still has most of his Absolute I gave him from last Father's Day. He loves his gauntlets, so he just prefers going the foam route, using GSF, that kind of deal.
Nice.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Then the Rag Company commented, congratulations, ripping rags for the car are awesome. I did not write that, so that was probably Gabe or somebody.
Is the
nerds?
rigid really enough for us weekend warriors for the TRC Ultra Air Blast? Are you talking about
Moving
just like
that
you're talking about
air.
like the rigid, like the pancake compressor?
Yeah, what size rigid are
Yeah,
you talking about?
are you talking about
Oh,
little-
you know what? Here it is. Next comment.
It's talking about little pancake rigid 4.5
4.5 gal.
rigid 4.5 gal. That is not a pancake, is it?
It's still pretty
I don't
small.
think that's the
I
pancake.
think that's just a tube.
I have no experience with the rigid 4.5 gallon. I do have the Husky 4 gallon, the silent flow with the quick refill. I love that thing. It is enough to, as a weekend warrior, just to do some quick blasting here and there. But really, yeah, your CFM is going to be pretty important there on the on those compressors, and so the better the CFM, obviously the better power you're going to get out of it, but also too it's going to be your tank capacity. I mean, that's pretty.
Somebody's finger slipped on the
Yeah, finger slip on the credit. Anyways, so
okay.
hopefully that helps. But with that said, with that finger slip, right? We're gonna
good reminder.
We're gonna take that finger slip to a better slip area, and we're actually gonna be going to a quick commercial break. But don't go anywhere. Grab your popcorn, grab your stuff, because we're gonna be back here in just a few minutes to answer more of your detailing questions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a few of these messages from our friend in the detailing industry.
We'll see you in a few. And welcome back to the second half of Q&A Thursday, where I'm your host, Dane Hennon. To my left, Anthony Fisher.
What's going on, Dane? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And off the way over here, Bradley Nilsson from Armour Detail Supply, doing his thing on this beautiful low-mileage Acura RSX Type S. Bradley, can you tell us a little bit, just kind of rehash what it is you're doing over there?
I'm applying our quartz coating right now, and I've got about quarter way through the car, so I'm working on the door.
Nice.
Nice.
No,
Okay.
it's looking good so far.
It's looking awesome. So how's it feeling?
Oh, it's slick.
It's feeling slick. It's looking slick, man. That looks awesome. So
it's nice.
Welcome to the second half, everybody, where we're here to answer your detailing questions and just kind of go off about potentially some random tangents along the way. We're happy to have you here, and we're happy with all the engagement in the chat and everybody commenting and saying hi, and of course asking some detailing questions. I'm going to kick this off by saying that
Father's Day stuff?
That yes, right now at theragcompany.com you can find our Father's Day sale currently happening, where we're saving up to 50% off select bundled kits. Now, these are going to be go-to, ready-to-grab kits that you can use, and you can get right into detailing your car. Everything from Ceramic Gloss to PNS, Armour Detail Supply. We have Absolute wash kits. We have off-road kits. I mean, like literally a coating kit with a full stout coating kit. It's an awesome mix and match of everything. So there's definitely gonna be something there for someone, especially a dad out there. So check that out. Pick up one. Fall in love with it. Yeah, it's just a fantastic deal. So that's what's going on. And then Bradley's been here all week, just can catch people up on that. We've been shooting a lot of different content. And if you're not signed up for the Rag Company newsletter, which goes out tomorrow, a newsletter will come out tomorrow with something very exciting, but you need to sign up for that at theragcompany.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and enter your email address there. And so just definitely be involved. So that's what we got for updates.
Yeah,
Dane?
Absolutely. And the last thing I'll say here is, you guys have been watching this for a minute. Hit that like button. You know, it helps us out, helps Bradley, it helps everybody here out. And that's that. So let's get to the comments. I've got Jeff C. saying congrats. They're also perfect for those future potty training days. He's, of course, referring to the rip and rags and baby situations that may call for rip and rags.
Totally.
And you were explaining you experienced that in a few different ways, and you were very glad you had them, so that's good.
Agreed.
Okay, so, Lucas very helpfully popped in and told Archie Nerds, I have the exact same compressor for my setup, and it works great.
Nice.
Okay, well, that'll help up. Then, Joey, when you get Brad going, he will talk your ear off, but literally no other time. Bradley is, once again, we've said, a man of few words. He focuses, he does his thing. He's in the zone over there. We have to really call attention to him if we want to actually ask him questions. Hans Closen, we need a new one-wing event. You know, we were talking about that when we were crossing the street today. I brought that up. That's a funny video. If you guys haven't seen that, you should really go back and look up the one-wing challenge here on the Rag Company channel. It's an amazing collection of people.
Yes, it is.
And I had a pretty crazy time editing that video. That thing was wild. No joke. We ran through traffic holding hoods from the junkyard.
Yep.
So that was
hilarious.
Exciting. Don't do that at home, kids. No. Lucas Blaine
says, I would argue it's one of the best low-capacity air compressors for running air tools. Hard to beat 5.0 CFM at that size. Sweet. Okay, Lucas knows.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Then I got Mac Bergson. What's he saying?
I wanted to say thank you for everyone's help when I asked a question about my missing Schrader valve on the IK sprayer. Ended up finding it. I had it stored in the handle in hopes of not losing it. Good to know.
Then Slick Auto Styling with some helpful tips for Archie Nerds. What's he saying?
Just make sure to keep your air compressor clean. Drain it out every time. If there is rust in the compressor, there's rust in your gun, and will stop running eventually. Good point.
Then we got Hydra Detailing saying, hi all.
What's
hey,
going on?
Hydra. Welcome back to the show. And, Mac, it was a senior moment. Hans loves that I'm calling one who shall remain nameless Teo today, so that's fun.
That's fun.
Let's see. Hydra. Okay, here's one from Hydra.
Says, just done cleaning my wife's car window with Bug Off, Koch Chemie GC, and finishing it with OptiSeal, so I hope the insect will remove it easier. Even if Bug Off made it an easy job. Okay, efficiency. Gotcha.
All right. And I've got Gran F simply saying yurt, as he does. Brisk 103 in Arizona today. Do not envy that. Yeah. I don't want any part of that. Thanks. Steve Pearson, what is Bradley picking away at below the windshield? So what's going on down in the windshield?
I don't know what's going on over here. Anthony had the same thing on his truck, but Gabe left me with some nice overspray or something sitting in the cowl.
Oh, really?
So I was picking it off with my nail.
Gotcha.
The old-fashioned way.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
When all else fails, start picking. All right. We got fine detailing here. I started using the second smallest size gauntlet for my panel wipe, and I just unlocked a cheat code. Enjoy.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good call. Those smaller gauntlets, yeah, they're kind of slept on, but good golly, they work well. Then I've got Exodus here.
Says, what's up, guys? I like this setup. Are the chairs Anthony approved? These are way better chairs, dude. These are just standing or sitting up.
You know why he likes them? I didn't buy them for this purpose. These are literally chairs I brought from my own house.
Yeah. No, they're just better.
I got these from the Scandinavian store.
No, it's like, I feel like they're not eating me. You know, those other chairs you kind of fall into.
You're part of it. You're not being swallowed by a chair.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that. Moving on.
Then we've got, Dan here. M22 is so beefy, it costs $18 to ship it to me in Alaska.
No way.
Dude, sheesh.
Well, Alaska shipping is not ideal, but yes.
No. Tamra Chase.
It says, I absolutely love my M22. Color is wonderful. Love it. Dries my Focus bone dry. Awesome, Tamra. It's great to hear.
That was page 4. On to page 3. Teo saying,
for those who have used ADS Clean, how does it compare to as KCX Green Star? That's a good. We haven't really done them side by side yet. I have yet to do that, so I can't really give you a correct answer. And
if we ask Bradley, you'll just say he's biased.
Yeah. So well.
No.
So
I know how this works.
We'll have to test them side by side eventually.
Yeah, but hey, if anybody's got experience there in the chat, happen to get their hands on stuff and knows, share, please. All right. And I've got Ray here. For Bradley, will Armour consider making a detail spray without SiO2?
Probably not.
Okay, noted. Then I've got Steve here, responding to Teo. I think it's stronger, cleaner than Green Star. 20-to-1 has been my go-to dilution. It's killer, yet safe on leather. Okay, very helpful. And then we've got fine detailing. I've been getting a lot of Teslas, a lot of glass. Having a 30 mil and a 50 mil would be nice. Back to that 50 mil talk again. See what happens? Mm-hmm. People just want a lot of product. Juice free.
What's up, gang? Are your TRC uniforms from Red Cap?
No. Some of them have been. Others have been Dixon's.
Yeah, back in the day, they were Red Caps back in the day, yeah.
We liked the Dixon Outlaw back in the day. It was a good one for putting like a logo on and doing
Dixons.
that way.
Nowadays,
we tried a few different ones, though.
Nowadays, we do it's like a printed kind of like golf-style shirt for SEMAs and stuff like that.
I don't know the brand of those.
I'm not really wearing... for what it's worth, though, I mean, I'll be straight up honest. Like, those Red Cap shirts are probably my favorite.
They're good, but they're kind of stiff.
I know, but Dane, they were so easy to like just grab and go, button up really quick, leave here in the shop, use for a video. Once we started getting into the Dixon stuff was kind of wrinkly after a while between uses.
I had good luck with the Outlaw myself. It was more flattering for my figure.
Really?
But yeah.
Which is funny because I think that the Red Cap was more flattering for my figure.
And I had the opposite feeling. Yeah, once again, hey, everybody's got their own take, but
but most of the Red Caps that we have from back in the day, while we can still use them, they have a bunch of old patches on them, and because Levi loved putting patches on all the stuff, right?
He loved putting patches
and which
on.
I do think the patches were cool, right? I like a sewn-in permanent solution patch, right? Levi liked the stick-a-patch, right? The whatever it was, like the adhesive style, stick them on. I hated that. Like he was pretty like hell-bent on like them. That's just totally fine for most use.
Loved that.
But you throw it through the wash, you throw it through the dryer, then it starts peeling
back, but like only a little at first, so it's really annoying.
It looks really janky, and then when you finally rip it off, you're left with this big thing of adhesive that you can't get off the shirt.
Kind of embarrassing.
It ruins the shirt. I'm like, hey, if I'm ever doing anything with patches on it, paying a seamstress to sew them on, get them on there the right way.
Costs a little bit more, but it's worth it in the end. Agreed. No, I felt the same way. Kirby, did Armour Supply release their trim coating they showed during TRCMA? What's the release schedule look like on that, Bradley?
Tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exciting.
I feel like my shirt might be a clue. Then I've got Neil White here.
Says, hey, Dane Anthony, happy early Father's Day to Anthony and all the dads out there. Really wanting to get into Armour products soon, especially their ceramic coatings. Neil, we hope you do. I think you're gonna find they're a nice treat.
No, we're big fans, and you know how picky we are. So yeah, that actually counts for something. I promise. Then we've got Neil again. Always good to see Acura vehicles showcased on the TRC podcast.
Agreed.
Yes. And this one is definitely one of the nicer ones you're going to see around, for sure. How many miles on it? 17,000, you said?
Yeah.
The original mile?
Yep,
wow.
17,000 original
One
miles.
owner. Yeah, that's not much. Slick. I honestly coat the glass on most of the vehicles I see. It's part of my seasonal one-step package that I push.
Nice.
Yeah, so he runs into a lot of Teslas too, he says. Juice free. Pop it in. We want the UGS, the Geological Survey. No, he says, no, the ultra green sponge.
Oh, yes, of course that is.
Of course. Well, you know what? You can definitely get yourself the green sponge over there. It's a little firmer than the USS, so if you want something with a little more bite like that, go for it, dude. Then I've got Slick Auto Styling. Why is there no bright blue sponge? You know, there's so many different ways to go about this stuff.
Yep.
If you do a color, people are going to complain it's not a different color. If you do it too dark, people are going to complain they can't see the dirt. If you do it too light, people are going to complain they can see the dirt. It really is just a losing proposition every which way you do it, so you might as well just find something you like and commit to it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with the USS, because we thought it's gray, but it's light enough gray. You can see some stuff, the important stuff that you need to see, but not to the point that it's going to look ugly or ratty with time.
Totally.
And in the case of this green one over here, the one he was using looks awesome. Like right out of the package, it looks super cool in that green color. So, I mean, yeah, if you like ours, you want it a little softer. If you want that one, it's a little firmer. Then I got Tim and Thomas, or Toma, I guess I could say here. What's he saying?
Says, what's a good way that you have found to clean algae and dust dirt buildup in between truck beds and cabs?
Feels
Clean
like more
algae
of a northeastern
and
kind
dust
of thing.
dirt buildup in between truck beds and cabs. So you could do, I mean, pressure washer is great if you can get down inside there. You want to pre-treat everything with a decent APC. You want to make sure everything soaks pretty well. There's actually tools, like there's certain brushes that are designed to get between truck beds and cabs that you can actually use. Even just something like an easy clean detail brush will work pretty well. Bradley, is there any particular way you'd go about between a bed and a cab on a truck, cleaning algae and dirt buildup in between those two?
Some sort of APC and something to get back there with.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, that's the answer.
Yeah. Then I've got DIY with Kane. Bradley, any consideration to offering 32-ounce product options? Not a fan of 16-ounce anything.
It's something we're looking into, but obviously we're a smaller operation, so adding 32 ounce of every SKU adds a whole new amount of warehousing and fill lines and everything that you need. But it's definitely something we're interested in the future for sure.
No, that makes perfect sense. Then I've got Jeff C. here. What's he saying?
Says, I would like to formally request Phobic in 30 ml bottles. That is all.
A lot of formal requests we're getting today. Then I'm seeing Alex Dewar. Not sure if Bradley's calves look as good as mine in shorts.
Okay, all right.
All right. Little challenge issue there. Then we've got Teo seconding Kane's motion for those 32-ounce bottles.
All right.
And then Joey scream, laugh, crying at Matt Mormon Jr. And then we got Alex laughing at Matt Mormon Jr.
Yeah, stop that.
And then Detailing Vice 2006, what's he saying? This has been a thing you've repeated multiple times on here, and I never quite know what you're referring to, so please feel free to elaborate. Neil White, Dane, Spaceballs 2, get excited. Is Al Brooks writing it? I have not even heard, so, I mean, I know there's a new Naked Gun coming out, but remains to be seen for me. Joey, Anthony recognized that the steak was delicious, though.
It was delicious steak. It really was.
Pablo, choosing now to pop up. What's he saying?
You know, that's not. It's just stop putting this out there. Stop saying
it. You got to say it.
No, we're not saying it,
You're
Dane.
not
We're
saying
moving
it?
on. Matt
No.
Mormon Jr. Just
Hold
move
on, Matt
on.
Mormon Jr.
Move
Oh,
on.
that's
Move
fun.
on to the next one, please.
There you go.
Alex is it's the Phobic over spray, giving his calves a little extra gloss.
Oh yeah, no, he's adding a little shine on
you
top.
guys are crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, down from page 3 to 2. And then Detailing Vibes saying that is one clean car. Yes.
It's looking
it
good.
really
It is glowing
It's
right now.
looking
Gabriel's quite happy right now. His mouth is watering. He's doing some motions with his hands behind the camera.
Can't show that.
I am so glad the wide angle did not pick that up.
Wow. Okay.
You're safe, Gabriel. Yeah.
Barely.
That was a close one though. Any further that way would
You were
have been
very
not
close,
good.
Gabe.
Moving
David
on.
Boyce. Wow. Matt Mormon Jr. Oswald. Anthony, you're amazing.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget that apostrophe
Thank you.
R-E,
Yes, for all these
right,
kind
then
words.
Neil.
Yeah, poor Anthony never gets a break from the Matt Moore. Yes, I see. Moving on.
He lives
I,
it.
I am my own person. I guess I forget to say what I used for the first time today for my rinseless. It was the original version of Hero. I followed that with a DAP for the door jams that were full of pollen. Got it.
Good call. All right, thank you, Teo. And David Boyce, Attack of the Clones, Bad Batch. I'm 65 and love those Star Wars cartoons. If Anthony was in Star Wars, he'd be General Grievous. Just so, actually, you know what?
Why?
General Grievous, you could be a really sick drummer.
Yeah, but why am I
All his
General
arms?
Grievous?
I don't know why he decided you were. Maybe he can elaborate. I just thought, if
There's
you're a drummer,
reason,
being
David,
Grievous
that
when
you
you're
think.
drummer
I mean, like,
makes sense.
I can get if
You
you're
can
like,
heel perk that
hey,
thing
Anthony,
up.
you're kind of like an Obi-Wan or kind of like an Anakin, or maybe maybe I'm like a Han Solo kind of thing. I could kind of there's certain things I kind of
We got
get,
some
but
Clone Wars love.
General
and then
Grievous, the crap.
we got some love for those. And Hydra, TRC Europe sells buckets for €22. Do they come with a grit guard? Wash,
I do
rinse,
not
wheel?
think so.
Don't believe
I
so.
don't think
But
so.
that's a question you would have to direct towards them because they make their own decisions about what they choose to carry and
They
stuff
do.
there. So you definitely want to consult with them directly.
Yeah.
But Hans purchases from them quite often, checks it out, and he says not that I know of. So I would trust his input on that.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah, what you got?
actually, it has nothing to do with anything. I'm just jumping in.
Oh boy, what do we got?
So, do you remember last week when we had Tyler Cucci on the show?
How can I
And-
forget Tyler Cucci on the show?
And we had talked about the deprivation tank.
Oh, right. Yes.
Remember we had talked about that? We talked about the deprivation tank. The
I don't know why, but when he said he had done it before, I wasn't surprised.
and
at
I
all.
said I wanted to be depriviated, right?
Yeah, you really mangled all the
Deprived.
grammar on that one.
So funny enough, I went home that night, asked my
Honey, I
wife.
want to be deprived. And she's like, I don't think
Yeah.
that means what you think
Yeah.
it means.
I said I really want to be. Yeah. So happy Father's
You're
Day.
right. 2 kids is enough.
So I asked her, I said, hey, do we still have those coupons that I got you for that float place that does the deprivation tanks? And she goes, oh, yeah, I think so. And she checked, and they were literally expiring the end of like this next week,
Oh,
right?
man, yeah.
And I'm like, no way. She's like, do you want me to like book you one? I go, yeah, like if we have like these gift certificates, let's use them, right? So I actually went in last Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I did the freaking deprivation tank. I couldn't believe it.
And how'd you like it?
Pretty weird, man. Pretty crazy. So, like, honestly, I kind of went into this place like, oh no, what am I getting myself into? But it was pretty
Just show up
wild.
and they have like a pod
It's like
waiting for
it's
you.
like this pod that's like a big clam that you kind of it's got like water in it, right? And so they explain there's like 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in this water, right? So it's so dense that
That's a
there's
lot
just
of
a
Epsom salt.
ton of buoyancy, like you can't sink in it. But basically, you get inside this pod, which is heated to your exact body temperature the water is, and you lay in there, and you can choose to close the lid or not close the lid. Ideally, you close it and do the thing in pure darkness, and you float there in pure silence, right, with no sounds or anything like that. Pretty insane. So you shower first. I got inside this thing. First 20 minutes, I was lost inside my mind, which is a very dangerous place to be. And I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to get into this thing, right? But then the next 20 minutes is pretty crazy because then I kind of started to like get into like this meditative state, mindfulness, things like that, right? Didn't even know I had limbs. I was literally floating there in this water. Didn't even know I had arms and legs. It was that like comfortable and relaxed, right? And then I lost it because I was like, dang it. Like I kind of had to pee a little bit. My leg was a little bit itchy and I kind of got out of it. And so the next 20 minutes was me thinking about me having to go to the bathroom and, how I can't do it in the salt water and, things like that. And so it was a great experience. I highly recommend if you feel like you're overstimulated in life and you would like to try something like that, find a deprivation float tank center near you. It's kind of like getting a massage, but nobody touching you, in the sense of how relaxed you feel. But I just wanted to give some input there because I know we talked about it and joked about it, and I actually freaking did it. And I will be doing it again.
I will try it. If you go back, I'll try it.
After I got done with there, because I called it my back to tank or my back to tank from like Star Wars, and it was revitalizing me. And I told Dane that he has to do it with me. Obviously, not us in the same tank because that would be weird.
That would be
but
weird.
like him in an adjacent room next to me, and then after we can talk about our experiences.
You're just going to be like speaking through the wall of me. I'm like, Dude, the whole point is to be
Dane, are
in
you-
deprivation tank. What are you doing?
Are you meditating yet? Yeah.
Are you asleep yet?
Yeah.
Well, not now.
Isn't this water feel crazy? Yeah.
And on that note, Neil White, ripping rags for rip and spit up.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, no, that and all the other things you can imagine that went poorly when having a child that can't keep it all down. Then we've got 23 Do the Do asking the real questions. Are ripping rags butt crack safe? You know, if that's something, and obviously speaking of cleaning up a baby, you had to do that at a point, and you verified things are okay. Child is okay. Everybody's happy. Nobody got
I'm not forcing though. No, sorry. No, I'm using just normal wipes as
Yeah.
a normal, as a parent should. I have not tested that on the actual. I haven't taken it to the crack, right? I've taken it to the table. I've taken it to the changing
Draw the line
area.
there. It's for cleanup.
Yeah, I'm not really going on skin with that.
Good idea.
Like would I do it on myself? Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
yeah. So something to bear in mind. I will say though, before anybody gets any other weird ideas with it, don't be flushing these things. That's not how you dispose of this stuff. Like they tell you with even like regular wipes not to flush those things, but especially don't do it with.
You're going to be
ripping rags.
super embarrassed
Don't
when
do
the
that.
plumber comes to your house and like literally plunges out this
Good luck explaining that.
this
Don't
ripping
do
rag
that.
and is like holding it, and you have to explain that your friends at the Microfiber podcast told you should wipe your butt with it, and
And it's
here
just
you
like
are.
who?
Yeah, it's going to be
Oh,
super
boy.
embarrassing for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Don't do that to your
Bradley,
family.
any plans for ADS to come out with a glass cleaner?
Possibly. But
Okay.
as of right now, you can use Adapt or Diluted Hero as your glass cleaner.
Sweet.
That works. Then I've got David Boyce. Before Bradley applies the phobic, is clay towel decontamination necessary? What do you think, Sir Bradley?
Only if you have contamination. I'll never recommend someone to just clay the surface just to clay it. If you feel it and it's rough, clay it. If you feel it and it's, baby's butt smooth, you're good to go, and there's no need to clay it because there's no contamination there.
Makes sense.
Bradley, you got a pro setup with that Viper cart.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. I'm just wheeling this thing around. It's legit.
Are you kind of
Loving
liking
using
it?
that.
Like you're Mr. Efficient over there.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
look at
it's
that.
legit. It's legit.
Yeah, remember, at the end of the day, Bradley's a real detailer doing this stuff on the regular, so he'd know a thing or two about
I'm
that.
slowing myself down a little bit here, too. So.
Yeah, he has to fill 2 hours here, so if anything, he's like going way
You
slower
got
than
30
he normally
minutes
would.
left, Bradley.
Oh, I got
so
plenty of time.
panel prep hero and adapt all work great on glass. Yep, true.
And pilot in a pinch too, he says.
Yep.
All right,
Pilot does clean
Joey.
glass.
I just bought a new gallon of Adapt. Such an underrated product. I use it nearly every wash.
Yeah, great
Very
great
nice.
for so many different things.
And then Jelena, cutest TRC commercial ever. I think she may have been referring to the Joshes or the one of that company. I enjoy those both. But
Were you mocking our friends from the Netherlands?
no, I enjoy the upward inflection when you say it. It's fun.
It is fun.
It is
Carson
fun.
does
I
it all
love
the
it.
time.
Yeah, no, it's just fun to say out loud. It makes me happy every time I hear it.
Juice Free says, "Are we not going to address how that girl robbed that dude for his rinseless stuff in the commercial? I hope she gets arrested and charged accordingly."
Juice, that's brutal, man. Yikes. Then we got Neil here.
Juice Free, she also stole his Beamer and left him in the bathroom stall. Crazy stuff, yeah. Pretty nuts.
Yeah, no. When
Yeah.
you think about the implications of that,
If you
it suddenly
guys,
gets a lot.
think that one's bad, you should have seen the Star Wars ad. That one was crazy. Yeah. That one's nuts.
that one definitely. Yep.
Yeah, one of my
Yep.
favorites for sure. Essential says,
Essential-
"Love the deals."
Yeah. So about the Father's Day stuff, yes. And then Detail Grind saying something exciting in the newsletter? ? And hey, man, I got your shirt on because it happens to fit me really well, and I
what's
know you guys
that?
are on tomorrow, so I wanted to
That's
represent
an
you.
official
Yeah, pretty
Detail
cool.
Grind podcast shirt.
Yes. Juice Free, Neil. Lol, right, plus the cotton dumb put 2 and 2 together. He was like, Rag Company? I was just robbed for a bunch of Rag Company stuff. Oh, well, have a nice day. It was like stream of consciousness, just reading out exactly what happens in the ad. Yes. Oh. And then Neil says he was too trusting. Poor guy.
Yeah.
His voice changed. Yes, yes. And then we've got... no, sheep. No. Type 1 mobile detailing. The YouTube detail world seems so petty at times. I'm fairly new, but I'll say God is the only judge and jury. Gift speed. Anthony, good to see you back. Congrats on the new member of the fam. Very nice, Type 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Right?
Yep, things are good at home. Yep, glad to be back. Yep, everything's going great. Once you've did it the first time is scary because you leave a hospital or you take a baby home and you go, I'm not qualified to do this. You're going to trust me to keep this baby alive? And then you do it.
Wait,
and then
they just let you take this home?
And then you do it for the next 3 years and you get somewhat decent at it. And then when the next one comes, you're kind of like, okay, all right, like I think we're pretty good. I think I know what the heck I'm doing, what's going on.
That's nice. You gave yourself 3 years. Some people have like triplets the first time around, and it's nightmare fuel.
Ooh, yeah, no, that would have been tough. We would have been done then for sure. But I mean, I think that was the right amount of time for us. I mean, some people try to knock them out back to back, right? They just go 1-2, right? And that would be very tough as well, right? But I mean, you would be very close. I don't know. It's different for everybody. It's whatever feels right or whatever happens on accident, right?
Yeah.
My thing wasn't planned. That was just
back to the deprivation tank.
Yeah.
Sounds like a solution that can be solved. A solution that can be solved. I don't know. I'm tired now. I'm saying things. Hans Klozen. Teo is a Dutch name. Yeah. That's why it's funny.
Okay.
Then we've got Joe. I'm sorry. I always mispronounce it. Joe. I'll just say Joe. Joe Silva. Hello, TRC crew. Show some love with that like button below. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And we love it when people hit that like button. It means a lot. I know everybody says it. It's silly, but it truly does help.
Just appreciate Robin. I think she used that too. She showed up next time with her own TRC stuff.
That's right. She went out and got her own stuff and came back.
I hope one day someone will put a YouTube channel for RV detailing.
I have to imagine there are channels out there. I've seen,
stuff.
For example, like I've seen Chemex does like big rigs, trucks, stuff like that. That's really cool. But yeah, there's other channels out there that do all kinds of different stuff. I've seen somebody who like exclusively did cleaning on just construction equipment all the time. Or like Spencer does coatings on all like the big tractors at farms and stuff. I guarantee you, if you look around, there's got to be somebody who does like RVs. True. Like on the regular.
Let's see. I noticed Bradley not using an auxiliary lighting while leveling. Is that because the studio lighting is that good? I think so, yes. Or Bradley's just done this enough.
Just so professional.
You're
so professional that he doesn't need nothing.
He's just good.
Other than when I leave high spots on Anthony's truck.
Yeah, we don't talk about the high spots in my truck, but
we have plenty more lights we could turn on in the studio, but we wanted to have a little bit of mood lighting in here and really to just kind of focus on the spots.
Wow, look at that car. This looks like I swear it doesn't look like a backdrop in like a Forza game or something like that.
It looks so fresh.
It looks like
so clean.
It looks like you and you're shopping for cars in a video game and it's like, look at the Acura RSX Type S. And you go, I'll take that one.
The lighting on it is very reminiscent of like when you're in the Gran Turismo gallery and you go to the dealership and you're looking at the cars and stuff, and you see little stats listed next to it. That's fun. I like
it.
I can hear like the little Japanese city pop playing in the background right now.
Yep,
love it. Hans Klozen, sewing on is the best option, and Hans would know. Hans has some jackets loaded with patches. He has so many patches.
They call him when they don't call him the man with the dragon tattoo, they call him the Patch Man.
Do they now? Hans, what say you? How do you feel about all this? We just keep making up names for you.
They call him that, but he does have.
He's a patch man. Skip it up and beat up.
He's got shirts, patches.
Skip it up. He's a patch man. Okay. I got him good. Neil White, why isn't there a polka dotted blue sponge? You know what? Nobody's done a polka dot sponge. I'll give you that, Neil.
No, they do have polka dot sponges. What? They're at the Dollar Tree store.
That's wrong. No, okay.
No,
I meant in the detailing space. I didn't mean just like of course, somebody's done every version of a sponge imaginable, but like a paint safe detailer sponge, different.
Yeah, no polka dots yet.
No polka dots. Not in that space.
Yeah.
Never seen. You know what? Watch. You're gonna come out with like a camo one or something.
No, I don't know. No, we'll see.
Hey guys, you complained you couldn't see anything on there.
Yeah.
Now you can't see the sponge either.
Oh man, 20 minutes left. We're starting to get loopy on this Friday
This is fun.
Eve.
I love this part. I hope they're enjoying it as much as I am.
Anthony and Gabe, I hope we get to see some live rock chip touch-up demos on the RSX in scratch removal techniques whenever Gabe experiences them. Soft paint Hondas / Acuras. True. Yeah.
Yes.
True.
And Bradley, as you've been working around the car, has there been anything you've noticed that kind of like surprised you, or has the car been just really easy to work with the whole time?
It's pretty enjoyable. Everything's, I'm able to split everything up in nice manageable sections, and it's nice working on a preserved car.
It is. Quite nice.
Kind of different, I imagine. No, that's cool. Well, I've got Joey here. I would love to beta test the 32-ounce bottles. Oh, man. And we got David Boyce's comment, did we not?
Yep, we got that.
Okay. And then I've got, Teo saying, thanks, I was just curious. I have a 5-liter of Traceless that FedEx just dropped off. Okay.
5 liters of the good stuff.
Enjoy that Traceless. That stuff cuts. Spaceballs 2 teaser launch today. Mel Brooks is directing. My goodness. He looks good for 99. I gotta say, Dick Van Dyke. After the whole thing yesterday with him passing away, I started looking up other people who were pretty old, and I was like, oh my God, Dick Van Dyke is still doing fine, and he looks like he's in his 70s or 80s. Some people just have that.
Would you like to ideally hit 100?
I don't know. Like at a certain point, like to see everybody else go and you're like the last one, that's kind of a bummer.
I mean, or is it a victory?
It all depends. It's perspective. It's how you look at it.
Yeah.
It's why like every story you see of like vampires that live forever kind of thing, they just wind up feeling kind of numb and depressed.
I would love to hit 90. I would love to hit 90 plus. I feel like I'd feel pretty like fulfilled at 90 plus.
Oh no, 90 would be good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like come my 90th birthday somebody shows up like it's time and I'm like, whoa, hey, I was just something. Anyway, moving along. Teo here saying, Bradley, can you give us a recap on what you did to the car?
So we started, let me wipe while I'm going here. We started with just a hero wash because it had already been polished by Gabe at his house. So it just got to drive over here and was a little dusty. So we just gave it a quick hero rinseless wash. Then just proceeded into the panel prep, get it all prepped since it was already polished, get the polishing oils off, anything that might have been left over by hero. And then now we are applying the quartz coating.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I can't get over how good that looks on camera, though. It just looks so crispy. Man. So nice.
Yep.
All right, moving along. We've got JF saying you can wipe it right away. No need to flash.
Pretty much. I mean, it goes pretty quick. It bonds, it pretty much cures instantly, right? Bonds instantly. Bradley?
Yeah.
Now, is that affected
and
by
I'm
humidity
applying
much?
like big sections too. I'm applying like half a hood. So by the time I'm done applying it and get to my towels, it's been about a minute or two.
Cool.
So that's totally enough time for quartz coating there. So I'm not working little tiny sections. If I was working smaller sections, you might want to kind of sit back and wait. But I'm so used to this coating that I know exactly how big of an area I can do and just wipe it off right away.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I was going to ask, as far as like humidity and stuff affects things, as far as your working time, though, here it's pretty dry, just so people have like a sense. So like if you were in Florida right now, what would the conditions be like?
Yeah,
for you?
Florida, if you're working outside especially, or if you got high humidity, it might even be a little faster. Like right now I'm working, I did like half a hood or like the whole door. If I'm in higher humidity, 70-80% or something like that, then I might shrink that section down to like a quarter of a hood. And you can kind of watch it and see how it flashes too. Once you see that, it'll go to like a little bubbly effect, and then once it starts to turn a little hazy, that's when you know you're ready to wipe.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay. Nope. Just wanted to make sure for the people who are in different environments than ours, trying to figure out if it'll work
correct.
for them.
Traceless is amazing, but ADS panel prep is kind of my default glass cleaner when I don't need a nuke, says Jeff C.
Traceless is a nuke.
Yeah. Moving on here, Stephen Lee. I applied the ADS wheel coating last year, but I want to recoat this year to freshen up the protection. Can I just decon and apply, or do I need to try and polish it off first? Depends. I mean, I think for the most part, if this are really heavily contaminated, I don't think you need a polish. I think you could probably just re-top off. Is that correct, Bradley? Or if there's, I mean, it's been a year. I think it's probably been plenty of time.
Yeah, your steps would be basically just deep clean the wheels. So you probably start with like a decon wash, use wheel cleaner, hit it with probably iron remover too, get that stuff off of there. Then once you get the wheels off, then you got to kind of inspect and see what's going on. You're probably going to have some bonding contamination, so you're probably going to have to clay the wheels. That's pretty common. From there, you may get into like a tar removal if you got some tar going on there.
Plastic razor blades, something like that.
That'll get that off if there's any. And then from there, you go into your panel prep and coat. If you want to polish just to bring out maximum gloss and best adhesion, totally fine. Obviously, you're not going to do that on a matte wheel. That's just for gloss wheels. But you don't have to. It's not a necessity.
Totally.
Cool. All right. Then I've got Juice Free here. Juice Free, what percentage of the detail market is overzealous consumers that spend thousands of dollars on products only to let them sit in their garage and never touch them? I think that there is a subset of people who sometimes, there's people who are like addicted to online shopping, and it's not even necessarily like the product's fault. It's just that happened to be the thing that they were on that day, or that kind of thing. But for people who really love detailing products, there's people like Anthony here who likes to try lots of different things, and he may not go through like one thing and have it be the end all be all. You're trying a lot of different stuff, so you're not necessarily cranking through just one thing.
It's true, and if I find that I have a lot of buildup, right? That's when I start figuring, okay, can I give these to friends, family?
Yeah, if they're slower movers.
Is there neighbors? Like, is there a way to do this? The difference though between what I do for a living and what other people do for a living is that this is what I do for a living, right?
You're
so
literally kind of under the expectation that you will be trying lots and lots of different
whether
things.
I purchase product or I receive samples of product or things like that, it's different for me. I'm not buying every single little thing. Sometimes I'm getting it, a sample stuff. Sometimes I am purchasing it. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I don't ever really want to have so much stuff to where I'm just sitting on stuff. Like, it's not going to do me any favors. It just means I have more work to do.
You're trying to keep your garage clean.
And my garage needs, I'm trying to actually declutter, if anything. So, but I think that there's probably a decent percentage of people who buy some stuff, getting into this, hobby, I don't want to call it a hobby, but getting into this, I don't know, lifestyle.
It's an enthusiast kind of thing. It's a passion thing.
Depends on what they're doing, whether they're doing this as a profession or whether they're doing this as an enthusiast. But I can totally see how some people could have hundreds and hundreds of products sitting in their garage because they want to try them all. I think them sitting around isn't going to do you any favors. Get rid of them if you're not going to use them. If you want to keep a few for nostalgia and scent or whatever it is, I get that part. But dude, it just means that you're gonna be endlessly detailing, especially if you're buying new stuff, right? Shoot, it's gonna take you forever to go through bottles of soap. It's gonna take you forever to go through glass cleaners.
Like smaller sizes, if you can, actually is beneficial in some of those cases. But to answer your question, Juice Free, as far as the percentage of people, I think it's lower than you think. I think when people are online, especially in these spaces where they hear a lot of people talk and they all understand the landscape and everything, you get the impression that these problems you hear are bigger than they actually are. Because if you look out at the broader market of people who are buying these products, the vast majority of people, as far as I can tell, are people who are just like, I bought a rinseless wash for my mom so she could take care of her car, or I was teaching my kid to wash, or I just want to take care of my cars. As far as the people who aren't professionals doing this on other people's cars, the number of people who are just like, new thing, it's less than you think. But I think they do show up a lot in forums, in groups, in things like that, because that's their passion. That's what they're interested in. So naturally, they're going to be there talking about it. And yes, there are always going to be people popping in to kind of make fun of the fact that they just never use their stuff. But, to each their own. How they use their money is their business. So I'm not going to be too upset about that.
Yep.
All right. Martini N.
Can adapt be used as a pre-treat for Hero Rinseless? Yeah, 100%. Yes, it can.
Rob, people do whatever they want with their money, not realizing where it'll take them. That is very true, Rob. Yes. Did you vlog your clam?
I
says
did.
Joey.
I did not vlog the clam.
No.
I did take some pictures in there before I got in, but I did not vlog the full experience, unfortunately. You're General Grievous because you won't dry your Evo to TRC and wash it live. You're keeping all the fun to yourself. At least Matt will wash his Evo for demo. That's true.
I tried so hard to make, when Matt was here, him washing Anthony's Evo a thing. I tried so hard to make that happen, and Anthony refused.
And who cares? It's just a Lancer.
It's a great car.
There we go. So Jeff C. Traceless is definitely a nuke. I've been eyeing Starter Glass lately, and I have KCX Glass Cleaner to try as well. Traceless flashes way quick on hot glass. Both are awesome though.
All day Jar Jar, says Neil. Then let's see. Matt is selling his Evo, wants $100K for it. Get to buying. Whew, boy. I'm just going to say it. Anthony's Evo is nicer than Matt's.
Oh, it's not nicer than Matt's. That's
nicer.
really nice of you to say that. I don't think it's true, but
His is an 8, yours is a 9.
I know I do like the 9. Rip and Rags and a new motorcycle are a must for any new parent. And I see what he's saying. Okay, gotcha. Rip and Rags and a motorcycle are a must. Yes, of course. Yes, those are. One of those is definitely cheaper than the others, though.
Neil White, Rip and Crack. I don't think we can sell it with that name. Cooler Auto Detailing. Is PNS red soap okay to use often?
I think if you're talking about from their pro line, just their standard line.
Oh, okay.
I think
carry.
that one is. So you can ask Sid, but I think that one is.
She would be able to speak to that one.
Yeah.
It's a good question, but yeah, you should ask Sid directly.
Next up here, we've got
David Boyce.
Wow, for that much, I'd buy a JDM Toyota Chaser JZX 100 for about $30K.
That's a good Dorifto car.
And then Neil White says, David Boyce, I can think of 50 other vehicles I'd buy over the Evo. Well, at $100K, yes, there are some other options.
At $100K, I could almost get into a 993 911, and that's what I want. Last of the air cool, baby.
Here we go. I'd love to see both RSXs next to each other for a dueling wash. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea.
It's like dueling banjos, but
I'm kind of into that. Martini N says adapt or amplify. I think both are awesome. I like the smell of amplify more than I do adapt, but the versatility of adapt is hard to argue. It's a very, very versatile product.
Hydra Detailing. Oh, hey, not often I get a compliment on my wacky voice stuff, but thank you, appreciate it.
Don't encourage this behavior.
What company? Let's see. We got Type 1 Mobile Detailing. Has ADS Tire Cleaner ever changed their formula?
Bradley.
Same from the original.
Nice.
Easy answer. Thank you. Then Joe. What's Joe saying here?
My dear cousin Anthony, please take half a minute to chat with your twin from OG. In order to have some OG stuff in Europe, it would make him an OG billionaire. I'm sure he probably has a grand scheme or a plan for that.
Who knows what the future holds?
Who knows what the future holds? But yeah, no, I agree with you. That would be pretty cool.
There's definitely plenty of people in Europe who would also love to do what he does. David Boyce, Dane, I love that song. Scat Man, sing it again. He's a patch man. I'm not doing skippity bebop.
No more, Dane.
Nope.
Jeff C says, what are Bradley's go-to compound and polishes, and would ADS ever enter that market? Bradley.
My go-tos, been a Sonax boy my whole life. So that's my preference, but I've been actually loving lately, and it might make me convert PNS Rehab. Okay. Interested to try the new stuff, the therapy, the intervention, but Rehab has impressed me. The wipe-off is very enjoyable for that one.
Yeah, it is.
I had a good time using it on trim the last couple times we were in here. Yeah. Then we've got Sound and Gloss. Damn, I'm so late. Oh, it's okay, buddy. You're here for the last 8 minutes, You can hang. We got Omni Garage.
Can't wait for next week ADS. Omni Garage is excited.
May actually come sooner than you think.
And then following that, We've got Juice is calling out Joey Belinsky hard.
About the product hoarding.
Oh, yeah. Joey's got enough for a whole army.
He likes trying stuff,
Omni
too.
says, just throwing it out there that the latest iteration to Hero is hands down the best smelling detailing chemical of all time.
Good
Nice.
stuff.
Boys down to Omni Garage. There we go. Then Robert Clark says, Anthony, if you ever want to declutter some of your products, you should get in touch with Aaron from EOD. He does a pay it forward campaign for detailers in need. Nice. That's
I like
cool.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
Then I've got Joey.
Hey, it's gotten so much better. Oh, I think Joey did some. He did some
cleanup recently
cleanup,
or something. Yeah.
Ricardo B saying, "What's up?"
Hey, it's been a minute, man. Happy to see you here.
Sound and Gloss says, I don't care what folks think about my collection of detailing gear. Trying new things is what turned me on to ADS. I have a comma in my yearly TRC spend.
Oh, my guy.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
It's all right.
I salute you. And there's nothing wrong
I
with
say it's a
having stuff
problem
if you
when
like
if it's a two. It's only a problem if it's two commas.
Well, it's only a problem if it's a problem. Am I right? Like, if nobody's giving you guff about it and it's not hurting your bottom line, you still got a roof over your head. You can still
Dane
afford
is saying
to eat.
if you don't have to answer to the man, then
If you don't have to answer to somebody for, that comma, then you're golden.
do you have to answer to anybody?
No, it's awesome.
Yeah. Enjoy that,
Yeah.
Dane.
Enjoy that.
First from Puerto Rico says, Joe Belinsky, at least you have kept the closet closed so we don't see the crooked shelves. Oof.
Oof. That poor shelf is bending for dear life.
Here we go. We've got Alkaline Trio says, did the microfiber tower get taller?
Oh, no, it won't stop, says Joey.
Then, okay. All right, Dane, what do
man.
we got any other?
We got a comment from Joe about the ADS trim coating, saying it looks great.
Yeah, no, this stuff is freaking killer.
Man.
That trim coating is legit.
All right. And then, man, what an afternoon. Another one of Gabe's Forever cars is looking great. They complain that, like, my cars get lots of attention in here just because I'm always getting them dirty as an excuse for you guys to
Dane, your car
play
is
cleaning
literally
on 'em.
right over here.
I didn't ask
It's
to
on
put
the
it
other
there.
side of the camera. Your car is literally here.
Brodel asked me to bring it
There
in
it
here.
is. It's right there.
He asked me to bring it in here because he was very kind and wanted to redo the rear little black strip in between the taillights. And I thank him profusely for that. He did a great job.
Yeah,
it looks awesome.
Looks way better than the person who previously did it.
Yeah, no, I'm a terrible rapper. Never hire me to rap anything. Just, don't. I'm even worse at, like jazz scatting, any of that stuff. Don't ask about any of that.
Jazz scatting?
Yeah, like the jazz bop kind of stuff. Like you can't do that. I can't do that.
Jazz
Bradley,
scatting?
more importantly, product-wise, things to touch on as we're rounding out the end of the show here. You've covered your process a couple times. However, are there some notes for people who are doing this kind of process that you would recommend based on their climate, based on the vehicle they're working on? What are some things you can kind of walk them around on it?
Yeah, for sure. I would always obviously recommend when you're getting into a coating, especially if it's something you're not used to, start in a small section, obviously a manageable section, and kind of get the feel for it before you start, going crazy and getting into full panels or even more if you can. So that's just going to, give you a nice baseline of what to expect. Then you can kind of expand out from there. And it's really just, at the end of the day, it's detailing. It's about having fun. It's about making your car look great. So just take your time, have some fun, and it's just make it an enjoyable process.
All right.
Love that, dude.
No,
Sweet.
simple as. So all of you who are commenting, I want you to weigh in right now in the comments. What do you think of this RSX? You think it looks better now? Worse? Somewhere in between? I think it looks better. I think it looks really crispy.
There's one obvious answer is that it looks better. Who is going to say it looks worse?
I want to see
Who
if somebody
would say
somebody-
that?
I'm testing for the contrarians in the audience because there's always at least a couple. I want to
All
see
right.
somebody weigh in and try and convince me that they're
I
somehow
think
right.
we are wrapping
I
this
would
up.
love
Any
that.
final comments, Dane, from our friends and fans here?
Yes. But Kirby here did enjoy today's show.
Thank you, Kirby.
Loving
Appreciate
that.
it. Thanks for chiming
And
in.
Cameron Kusky here saying, any benefit to topping ADS quartz with Phobic? I'm thinking of coating a car and then following with Phobic after the initial cure. Yeah?
Longevity, even more hydrophobics, actually a little bit slicker. You're just kind of building layers to, again, have more durability, have more chemical resistance, more wash abrasion resistance, stuff like that. So.
Sweet, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then Neil White obviously saying it looks fantastic, and then more love there. I've owned 2 Honda vehicles in the same silver color, says Neil. Yes. Joey thinks it looks RSX-y, so that's nice. And then we got Jeff C. Thanks, TRC crew and Bradley. Have a great night, everyone. And David Boyce with a real compliment. Looks like a 2025 RSX Type S, because those don't exist. But if they did, they'd probably look like this. And yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Although Ricardo, with a controversial opinion, he thinks that Anthony's is.
Oh, that's really nice of you to
better
say.
looking. I think the spoiler does a lot. I think if Anthony's spoiler found its way onto this and got painted silver,
If Gabriel
he
stole
could
my
hang.
spoiler, yes.
That'd probably be it.
So I think that is going to wrap it up for
Yes.
today's show, everybody. We have had such a fun time. Bradley has been here working extremely hard this week, putting in a ton of effort with the video stuff, and we just appreciate all the value that he brings to TRC, and hopefully we offer him some value back here, being brand partners. And so, Bradley, the car looks great, fan-freaking-tastic. Any last words to say there? No?
It was fun. It was really, I've enjoyed this process. It went faster than I expected.
Really?
Nice.
Okay, well, that's good.
All right,
And I was
so,
going to say, before you
yeah.
cut us out, I wanted to hear from you, new product release stuff. We can mention it, right? So, how close are we?
So tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time,
Sweet.
the Rag Company,
Booyah.
Armour Detail Supply. There will be 2 new products launching, one of which I just used. Maybe we didn't mention it, but I was just using the trim coating.
Yep.
So that will be available, as well as the clean APC. So
Perfect.
Very
All
exciting.
right. Thank you so much, Bradley. The car looks awesome, and you did good work, but you already knew that. All right. That's it for us. So thank you so much for watching, for listening, for leaving your comments below. We really appreciate you. And Dan says Anthony doesn't like taking compliments. You know what? You can dish
me
him,
too.
and he'll take them as it is. But hit that like
you.
button on your way out of here. Make sure you're subscribed to the Rag Company YouTube channel, and we will catch you next week right here at Q&A Thursday. See ya.
See ya.